What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. All right, in this one, I went on a Blast and Cast Men's Ministries event. And if you guys don't know about them, I'm going to have links to get a hold of them and to check out their events. They're really good people, and I'll talk more about it as we go throughout right now. But anyway, so we headed down to their 2022 Matagorda trip. They rented a cabin down there. We had, I think it was 12 boats. We had 12 boats and 30 plus more people to go on the boats with us that we were taking out. And man, was it fun. And I've got to tell you, I've got a fishing report in here, and I'm going to do a fishing report a little later. I didn't film a lot. I just got wrapped up in everything. So I'm just going to show you a lot of pictures. I'll show you some of the film that I do have. But anyway, I'll go through there and I'll talk more about these guys, and I'll tell you that more about them too. And I'm going to have a giveaway for all my subscribers here. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe now and pay attention. If you're jetty fishermen, if you're pier fishermen, topwater fishermen, I'm going to have hats that I'm giving away, and I'm going to have that cart. You can check out that stuff at the end, man. I'm still building everything to give away. I'm going to try and have a 3-tier system where I can give away the major one, the minor, and then the smaller stuff. So I'm going to work on that for you guys. Just like I said, you got to be a subscriber to do it, to be part of it. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe while you're here. And if you're into all that social media stuff, just hit me up. Here's all my information for that, and I'll have links in the descriptions and all that stuff. So anyway, check this out. Check out these pictures. Check out this little thing, man, and I'll stop and talk a little bit about it. And right on, guys. Hope to see all you guys in the water. Tight lines, and God bless. Right on, man. All right, Blast and Cast Men's Ministries. What is that, guys? All right, you don't have to be a Christian to be involved in this or to take part of this, and it's all and it's cool if you don't. Man, there are a bunch of guys out there who are guys. We hunters, fishermen, and that's what we're doing on these things. So in this event, you barely have to pay any money for room and lodging, and we take you out in our boats and go fishing and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they have an event coming up 16th, I believe, in July. It's a one-day event in Baytown. If go, I'll have the website link there in their website to get to them. You go there, you click the link on there that says events and scroll down, and if there's any spots available, sign up. There's another one in August in Texas City, and I think they need people to sign up for that. So if you're a boat owner and you want to volunteer, or if you just want to get out there on somebody's boat and fish, man, check these guys out. Now that's the cast part. There's a blast part. Come hunting season, they're going to do hunting packages. So if you're a hunter and you're into stuff like that, keep a lookout for that. And they got some really, really good stuff right there, man. Really good, affordable stuff. And it's all just men, and we're trying to help each other. We're praying for each other. And if you're not into that stuff, you don't, like I said, you don't have to be into it, man. You can just go for the hunting and the fishing. But anyway, man, Blast and Cast Ministries is just a group of normal men. You know, we're all Christians, but we're all men, and we like to hunt, we like to fish, and we like to fellowship with each other, man. And it's really good, and it's life-changing, man. You ought to try it out, guys, because I'll definitely be there every time there's an opening for a boat trip or a fishing trip. you guarantee I'll be there, guys. All right, check this other stuff out. I got the fishing report coming up. Right on. Okay, guys, maybe this is the moment you've been waiting for. Maybe you tuned in for the Blast and Cast. Maybe you just tuned in to see some cool fish being caught, man, and you got stuck with pictures instead. But anyway, here's your fishing report, guys. So I was super curious. I don't fish Matagorda a lot. I have friends down there, but you know, in our jobs and everything, we don't get to hook up a lot, but I like to get down there every now and then. So this time we went, the first day I went, I scouted East Bay, and I tried to get into West Bay, and my boat, I just got bogged down, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna stay in East Bay the whole time. So, but I got some reports about West Bay. So let me tell you West Bay first. So we had 12 boats, and we were all over the place. So the guys that went in the West Bay, that fished West Bay some, the first day didn't even want to go back second day because they said they were picking up nothing but hardheads. But I'm sure I know some good wade fishing spots. I wish I'd have been able to get over there, but I focused more on there. But there was some people that went into some of them lakes off the intercoastal by West Bay, I believe. And let me tell you something. They said they saw redfish, back sticking out, everything. They threw everything they had at them and couldn't get them interested, couldn't get them to bite. They just turned their heads up. And the reason they think is because they would drop their lure right next to the boat, and bait would fly everywhere. That back lake right there was so full of bait, they just weren't interested in anything else. And my guys, we were all throwing artificials. We threw artificials. I started out with some croaker the first day and didn't even really have much luck on that, so we all just stuck to artificials. But they threw top waters, they threw soft plastics, they threw gulps, they threw everything at them and couldn't even get them to look at them. So that was our West Bay side. So most of us stayed in East Bay the whole time. And let's see, so the first day I didn't have much luck, but I noticed birds working in the middle, and there were boats on them, and I didn't want to pot lick. And I hadn't taken no people out yet, so I wasn't gonna pot lick, so I took off. But so here's what we did. Man, it was weird. We're all seasoned fishermen, and you know, pretty okay at what we do. So it was kind of frustrating at first. We were going to places. Went over to this place called Oyster Farm. There were islands. There were like rock islands. I waded around, bait jumping everywhere. I even seen redfish busting on the shoreline. It was weird. Couldn't get nothing. You know, I was throwing my gulp under popping cork. I was throwing top waters. I mean, I was throwing spoons. I was throwing everything at them, and it was really kind of frustrating me. So what I ended up doing is I started working the shoreline and and looking for drains coming out. And I noticed some spots around the shoreline that had oyster reefs a couple feet off the shoreline, and it was just oyster, but you could see clear through there. The west wind was blowing, so the west side was clear. The east side was pretty dirty. So anyway, when I found that, I could see bait twisting in there and stuff popping, and we started throwing in there and pulling out flounder left and right. and we could see flounder. Flounder actually jumped out of the water and was flipping. So I found a good flounder spot. We went back later that evening and started talking, and the one guy, there's reefs in the middle that I didn't know about, but that's what they were working. They were drifting over these reefs, working their lures, soft plastics and stuff, and picking up good trout and good redfish. Bradley and Brody, I think, they all they found some birds with schools of redfish. So here's basically the pattern of what we found. Hog Island had trout on it. We were waiting in the morning, and they found trout there 2 days in a row. Found little trout on the shorelines, but it wasn't much. The guides down there were saying that the fish population since the freeze has dropped. Said that they're working the same patterns, but there just ain't as much fish, and we really saw that when we were down there. I mean, in Galveston, places I went down there, Galveston, I would have been limited out like this. But down there, man, it was a struggle until we found the pattern. The pattern, I think, down there was they are schooled up in schools. There's little fragments here and there that you really got to search for, but they're schooled up in the middle, in the deep. It's only 4.5 to 5 foot deep throughout the whole place. The rest of the place is super shallow, so you got to be really careful there. But we, when the weather would change or the tide would change, all of a sudden you'd see birds working in the middle. And some of the birds had trout, small trout, some good-sized trout, and ladyfish were real big in there. And then if you found the birds working with the ribbon fish, there were schools of redfish in there. I mean, at one time, there were 7 of us boats in all our group. We all were like herding these redfish. They would go this way, one boat would come whip around and get on, and they would go that way, and the other boat would whip around. I mean, and all of us, I mean, all you could hear is the kids screaming, and me screaming. I think I was screaming louder than all of them, man. This was an intense, awesome experience, man, and it only lasted like 30 minutes, but it made the whole day, man. And so basically that was the thing. I think they're holding in big schools in the deeper water there right now. It's really hot, and they're running, I don't know why they're running in schools right now like that. I don't know if that's a normal pattern for there. I fished there before, and I found redfish along the grass lines, and flounder, and even speckled trout at points and stuff. But that seems to be the thing right now, man. If you go down there, though, remember the limit is now only 3 trout, and the minimum is 17 inches, and the maximum is 23 inches, and they are really, 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 really enforcing that down there and looking for it. So check out that stuff. So y'all got any questions? Are y'all fishermen from down there? Y'all know more than me? Hit me up, man. I mean, leave some messages. I'll get back to you. I'll pass on the information. Don't want no spots. As always, we're just looking for information, fish activity, baits used, equipment, whatever you want to do like that. All right, guys, man. Always, while you're here, like and subscribe, and while you're here, do all my social media stuff. You want to book a trip, my number's everywhere, and come potluck with me, guys. Right on. Hope to see you on the water. Tight lines, and God bless. All right, guys, we got this jetty cart. You got a pier or jetty cart. Looks like it's Angler's Fishing Mate. So 70 quart cooler. This is really good with the rod holders. Blast and Cast Men's Ministries, man, is really awesome for donating this. Great group, guys. Check those guys out.